The wasteland has brought us new secrets to uncover, like the ship, but also uncovered ones we might have not known before. If you make your way over to the east of the island, you will find a locked vault door, and we have got about 5 of these points to get through, so sit back and enjoy. And of course, you'd be doing me a massive favour if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. During the build up to season 2, this glacier captured the imagination of the community when large chunks started melting. A crashed plane descended from the top of it to the bottom of it. Because of the possible Greek theme season that was happening in season 2, which actually happened, some people thought it'd be Poseidon and the new Atlantis. No. But we now have a reveal of this bunker, and if you're close to it, you will hear some pretty loud knocking. Now, Fortnite over the years have had some W bunkers and some pretty L bunkers. If this bunker has been unearthed because of the melting of the glacier, and it's not just been randomly added now, this bunker and what was in it must have always been here, right? Early indication did point towards this loading screen. I will raise the island to the ground once my Leviathan awakes. Now, a Leviathan is a sea monster, which many people assume that's what the megalodon was after. Although we would later find out the ship is called Leviathan, which made many people assume that their initial idea was wrong. But the loading screen is part of the hunt of the Leviathan. But if the Leviathan is always sitting there, are we truly hunting for it? Is it possible that both statements are correct? It's a boat and possibly a monster. But what the loading screen is probably referring to is refilling of the Leviathan ship. If you've been around this part of the map, you will notice a pipeline stretching from Red Line Rig to Brutal Beachhead. That's how they're refilling the ship. They are extracting resources at Red Line Rig. Now, more about the Megalodon. He actually has some news about our exiting gods.
Some serious architecture. And that sad mountain monument to the banished gods. Your only god now is me, dear ones.
So are the gods truly gone? Well, if you go to Cerberus, who is located at Grim Gate, he will tell you they found their own domain. As well as the Hound of Hades, we still have Artemis on the map, who is located at Mount Olympus, where you can see Zeus has been dethroned and his throne has been defaced. But why is the Hound of Hades still here? Well, they are waiting for someone, a queen. So if you ask about her rival, he will say she will arrive on the sweet summer winds. Do not torture the queen, do not bother the queen. She is taking a little vacation and needs her rest. This could well be hinting towards Persephone, the queen of the underworld. And with the hints of this summer feel, some people are saying that she's coming in the summer event. Although the line "she will arrive on the sweet summer wind" is actually a little vague and could be interpreted in a few ways. So if you know about the story of the Queen of the Underworld, you know because of the events that happen in that story, it actually dictates when summer and winter happens. When Hades originally took her, he had no intention of giving her back, until her mother, who is the god of the harvest, decided to make it winter all the time. And obviously, harvests ain't going to do well in winter. So they agreed this sharing thing. 6 months a year she will spend in the underworld, and the other 6 months in the upper world, the mortal realm, or whatever they call it, basically where we are. So summer would actually indicate that she isn't in the underworld. So winter, she's in the underworld, and summer, she's back with her mother. So her coming for the summer event doesn't really correlate, but I guess it can still happen. And when Cerberus says she will arrive on the summer's wind, Cerberus is actually referring to the back end of summer, and that she is coming on that wind as winter approaches. Who remembers the society? Yeah, they didn't die. And we are over halfway done with all these points. And you have still not liked the video. Smash that like button. Anyway, for society, I was very against in my season 2 storyline video to say they were completely gone. They were somewhat still about. Oscar can be found at Classy Courts. And just going back to Cerberus for 2 seconds, both old bosses actually have their sort of weapons in game as well from their respective seasons. But if you ask Oscar about the society, he will say, "We survived the wrath of the gods barely. Montague and Valera both ran off. Good riddance. And Nisha, the poor little witch girl, will have to build a life for herself now." You can ask him about a backstory as well. I didn't grow up a society brat like Nisha and Hope, so Hope was a part of the society, which I don't think is a surprise since Valera and Hope are both sisters. And of course, we're in this situation because of Valera's and Hope's granddad's ancient books, which actually makes me consider that list line is incorrect, or should have at least added Valera to it. It makes me consider again, who is their granddad? Since their granddad knew how to summon the gods. Or know about Oscar not always being part of the society, we already knew that. Hope says you weren't always part of the society. I'm holding out hope. Anyway, talk about that pesky book that leads us on to the Wanderer. This mysterious figure that we see around the island, in the form of spray paint and of course in a loading screen. And we've also seen some other cool stuff in this same spray paint, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dr. Slone, Chaos Agent, and now the Wanderer. Now, what is this Wanderer connected to? Did it come out of Pandora's box? Was it in the boat? Is it in the vault? And there's many avenues of investigation here, but I do not believe it's the vault, since what I said that I believe the vault was here prior to their arrival. I mean, there could be a chance that the Wanderer was put in after he arrived out of Pandora's box, and that is the case. Or no, it does hinge on whether you believe the Leviathan came from Pandora's box, or when the Wanderer escaped, it came across this ship. Or no, there is a bit of an issue, where are we in the universe and how is the island made up? But I mean, Midas just left on the boat, so it's well in the possibility that this boat is just floating around space. Who knows at this point?
But your war has not yet begun. Storm clouds gather. The Wanderer draws near. Even in the darkness, hope will guide you.
And talking about Hope, maybe she does have a plan. If you make your way over to Sandy Steeps, you'll see the graffiti that you see mostly around the island. But here, where the NPC Hope is, you will see a part of Pandora's box. Because concept art of Pandora's box had the Wanderer on it. And as the artist put it, ominous details revealed. So Zeus is the only one that doesn't seem to have changed here. And this one seems to be the Wanderer with the sand and obviously part, I guess, of the Wasteland's faction logo, which appears to be around his head. Now onto the other two. This one seems to have some Egyptian elements to it, given the scarab, and this one maybe appears to be like some depiction of the rapture, but the intrigue and mystery surrounding this character intrigues me a lot. So it seems like over the coming weeks, Hope and Jones will try and stop for Megalodon from refilling his ship to take over the island. But hopefully over the coming weeks, the story of the Wanderer will become clearer. And of course, whatever that piece of Pandora's box is going to be important. I love the fact that this chapter has kept a storyline element and have entangled it into almost every season. Starting off with Valaire's book from her grandparent, then the arrival of Pandora's box, and then Pandora's box actually bringing the gods here, and now possibly the Wanderer. And trying to keep continuity between the characters. But Pandora's box is still playing a massive part of the storyline, and given a closer look, at least circles or hexagons are indented, so something appears to go in them. This could be something new, or it's actually how Valeria opened Pandora's box. And Hope is maybe trying to work out if she can use it to lock people away back in Pandora's box. Now, I'm not sure how we ended the whole relic saga, but maybe there's some connection there. How Montague and Valere had their powers. Talking about powers, innovator Sloane's concept art had sand powers, and the graffiti is hinting towards her possible return. So maybe she has one of the other relics. Who knows? I don't know. But guys, if you did enjoy this one and you want to watch more of my videos, maybe checking out this video is an excellent idea. Until next time, it has been your boy Mr. J.L. White. Till next time, bye bye.